Hey, how's it going? Good morning, everyone. So, yep, today we're just going to be going over the patch notes. At least most of them are loaded now. So we'll be just seeing how everything looks, theorizing, seeing where we think they're gonna work well. Normally, whenever I go over these myself, there's normally something I miss, and then someone in the comments or whatever points out some amazing combination. So yeah, this morning we'll just be going over the patch notes, which should be pretty fun. Just gonna wait a little bit for everyone to come in. While we do that though, definitely, are you going to make a updated patch notes video? I mean, that is pretty much going to be this. I'll post it on the channel later. So if people want to get more of a discussion about the patch notes, they can watch this if they missed the stream. What are you guys looking forward to for doing Lissandra? Like, which champion do you plan on playing first for that? Hello, soft and wet. Elise, interesting. Aesol, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Rin. Definitely not a champion that uses a lot of cards in a turn. Yeah, that's... I'm going to be going for Volibear. I think like Volibear and Elder Dragon are going to be some of the best because they just drop like big units every round. Diana could be a little dicey. Definitely be careful with that one. You might end up playing too many cards. Oh, right. I was also going to check. Let's move the chat around. Okay, I think it should be fine for most of the patch notes. Yeah, that should be decent. It's just a little rough here. Be trying Jinx or maybe Jhin. Jinx is definitely a little dicey. That could be a little rough. Samira. She'll get somewhat countered, but Samira could be fine as long as you play it very carefully, because Samira wants to play 3 cards in a round, and that's kind of the cutoff for Lissandra. So as long as you're just playing 3 cards in a round, you'd probably be fine. Hello, Mellow. Want to play Death's Foil Vein? Yeah, Jinx against Lissandra could be a little bit tough. If you don't know, Lissandra has an ability that after you play 3 cards in a round, then all the cost of your cards for that round go up by 3, and it just keeps scaling higher and higher. So it could be a little rough because Jinx likes to spam. All right, we got a decent amount of people here. Let's go ahead and look at these patch notes now that we can actually see what they're going to be, because that was very frustrating yesterday. All right, so up first, we're going to be looking at the relics. So this is what we'll be able to equip onto our champions. So these aren't items, these aren't random drops you get in game. These will be stuff we can actually get and equip to our champion before we go into a match. So up first, we have Condenser, Support, create a 1-cost 1/1 copy of my supported ally in hand. This seems really interesting. Hello, Meanzer. Man, that is a name. I'm not even going to try to do the rest of that. So this one's really interesting. I think can be really good, but normally the units you want to make like a 1/1 copy of are some of the more expensive ones. Is there any champion that you think of this is just going to be very good for? Yeah, see, Voli or Elder, that's what I was thinking, except those are already pretty expensive champions that have better relics for. Nora is very much a question mark. Like, maybe it really just depends on what she has in her stand, or her hand and deck. Yeah, you'll want to copy someone to have a ton of them. Annie could be good. I feel like this one will be pretty random. Bard, Aatrox, Teemo with Ada. Potentially. The only issue with that is there's going to be a lot of better options. This could be a relic since it's a rare that's just really good while your champions are lower level. And while there's, yes, definitely better epic relics or even better rare relics, if you have an account that's somewhat more starting out, it could be decent to use. It sounds fun, but not good, though. Yeah, I agree. It sounds like this could be a lot of fun, especially if you get a couple good items, but yeah, it could potentially be good with Echo and the cat. That could be a fun playstyle, is you keep doing the Fallen Feline and create a whole bunch of the those Hextech crystals. So yeah, this definitely seems like one that's not necessarily going to be that good, but could be a lot of fun. All right, let's move on to the Transmogulator. So support, transform my supported ally into a random follower that costs 3 more. See, this seems like it'll be a lot better. One, this could have synergy with Nidalee, that's correct. If this triggers with Nidalee's power, that could be very strong. But also, I think this could be good for like the Teemo and Annie, where you just have champions on the board that are like really cheap, and then you're just constantly transforming all of your units into more and more expensive units. This is one that will be random, but will probably be a lot stronger. Yeah, could be good for Nora, could definitely be good for Nidalee. I was thinking, yeah, Misfortune or Kindred could also be very good, because especially with Kindred, you have your cheap prey, and so you can transform them continually into better units. Hello, Phantom. I mean, the chat looks like it's on stream. Like one line. All right, let's try there. There you go. All right, so Spectral Scissors. This will obviously be something that has to do with Hallowed, but still not in the game, so can't really use that. Secret Technique. This is obviously made for Master Yi. It literally has his icon in it. So yeah, Master Yi and Lee Sin, this is going to be amazing. When ally gains stats from a spell, it gains twice that many instead. Also, this is a power, so this is always going to be active as long as you have it equipped. So that alone will make it so good, especially for Lee Sin, because yes, LeBlanc as well, that's a good call. LeBlanc would be very good with this as well. Yeah, since it's a power, very good for Lee Sin. It still would be good for Master Yi, but you can get him on the board a lot earlier. But gives you a lot better of a passive build. So this will be a very good epic relic. I don't think the stats will be permanent. At least, I think it'll just be whatever the spell is. So if the spell is giving you temporary stats, it's probably going to be temporary. If the stats give you, or if it gets you permanent stats from the spell, Poro King, that would be interesting, yeah. Poro King with all of his Poro Snacks could be good here. So yeah, this one will be a very strong epic relic. The full build right here, this is one that they said you're going to get this for your first time completing Aurelion Sol. So essentially you get this one for free. Now we do all need to go and defeat Aurelion Sol again. So even if you've already done that, you need to go do it again to get this. But everyone can go and grab this epic relic, which is pretty awesome. Also, it's just very simple, straightforward. You get Challenger, Tough, and Overwhelm. So That will be very nice to have. Pretty much solid for any champion. Like, this could be really good on, like, Jax especially, I think. Yeah, Secret Technique plus, like, Redoubled Valor would be pretty crazy. So yeah, full build. Nice that we're getting an Epic Relic that we can just all get for free. That is going to be very good. Hello, Lance. All right, Strength of Stone. This one's going to be very interesting. So Epic Relic, it gives your unit 2 health, and then Power, so always active as long as you have this equipped. When you summon an ally, grant it 1 health and Formidable. I think this obviously could be pretty good for Tahm Kench. Oh, sorry. Forgot to scroll down a little bit. You still need to buy a forged slot from the Emporium to use full build. You should, because it's an Epic Relic, so you just need to have the Epic Relic slot. So, yes, you'll still need to go and unlock an Epic Relic for your champion. So yeah, Strength of Stone. Obviously, I think the first person this really sounds good for is potentially Tahm Kench. Yeah, this one is just not loading in. At least this is a relic, so we can go and see what it does as soon as the patch drops. Garen, that could be good. Honestly, all the people that like Kane, all the people that we do Formidable in the monthly challenges, we can probably just throw this on and just try to make it even better. Could be good also for Alawi. Alawi's pretty, she's like 6 or 7 health. Annie with Stone and double Luminous Orb. That would be pretty crazy. All right, so let's talk about the accelerator. So this is the one that we're going to get from the bundle, and that's the only way to get it at the moment. So power, game start, if I'm Nora, which this kind of cracks me up. I wonder if they got annoyed how we tried to make everyone hit Titanic so that everyone get the +1 starting mana with the Starforged Gauntlets. And they probably didn't want us to do that. And so, like, no, this one, it's just if you're Nora, you get the +1 starting mana. That's it. And then when you summon a created ally, grant it impact. It does sound a bit boring. I think it'll be very good because you're getting +1 starting mana if you're playing it on Nora. Created ally, giving it impact, that's just going to give you a bunch of extra damage. So it doesn't sound that exciting, but it does sound powerful. So it's, I thought it'd be a little bit more interesting, but should be very strong. This one seems really cool, though. The Spellweaver Symphony. So power, again, always active. When you gain the attack token, create a random spell that costs 2 from your regions in hand. It costs 0 and is fleeting. This one just sounds like a ton of fun. Random, you're always getting something different. You're giving spells. Yeah, Lee, this would be very good for Lee Sin because he really struggles with mana. So the fact you're getting a free spell to play, like, that would be very good. Yeah, Lee, Varus, Nami, Yi. It's going to be good for all the spells-based decks. Yep, Neela, because that fleeting, good call. You get it doubled if you play this with Neela. But I think you could probably use this on just about anyone and just have a fun time. Yep, Janna, good call. Another a 0 cost. So another great card you can play for free to trigger your star powers. See, this is why I bring you along, chat. They had to say Nora only. Yeah, that's what I was... that's what I was saying. They wanted to reduce this just to Nora so we didn't abuse this by putting it on too many other people. So yeah, this one down here, the Spellweaver Symphony, I think this is going to be the most fun out of all of them. And yes, it's going to be very, very good for a lot of champions, but you could pretty much just put this on any champion and have a good time. Yeah, the Nora part is just for the +1 starting mana. The other part, this can work for anyone. So any created cards, you can give it impact. So it still can be fine without Nora, but obviously it was made just for Nora. All right, so that was the relics. Let's look at the items. So this is what you'll be able to get from shops, rewards, on your different cards throughout a run. So up first, we have Consuming Wrath. So this is a common, so 4 power and can't block. I think that's pretty good. I think that'll be fun, especially for some of the more aggressive champions. I like going for aggro playstyles and just trying to smash the enemy. This will be like amazing for Darius. But I think this should be a pretty good, fun, common relic. Here, Attune and when I'm summoned, create a prank in hand. That is actually pretty crazy because that Attune, when you play them, you get +1 spell mana, or they refill 1 spell mana. And then it creates a prank, so you can just sabotage the enemy hand. So that's pretty fun. Good morning, Gary. Or, yeah, Gary. Broken with Jack and Nami. Yeah, that Attune will be very good, especially for Jack. Also very good for Nami, definitely. All right, Chronomancy. So rare, summon a Preservium. That, I believe, is countdown like 2, draw 2. So it's fine. You get a couple draw after a couple rounds. That's okay, I guess. Probably going to fill up your board. I don't think it'll be that good. Can I share a link on dev answering to whom new items apply? Sure. All right, so let's see. Okay, I will bring that up. All right, you guys can see this now. So right here, this was a verified rider. So the requirements for some of the new items. So Consuming Wrath, this can only appear on ones that are over or equal to a 3 cost. Oh, wait, no, under. So yeah, that should be under a 3 cost, I believe. So that's pretty good. Mischievous Spirits, this is going to be 6 cost or higher. That's a lot. That makes Mischievous Spirit way worse. Because you'd want to get this on... Okay, so I'm dyslexic, so I often think of things kind of backwards to normal people. Okay, so Mischievous Spirit under 6 cost. 6 cost or under. Okay. Then that's good. The Consuming Wrath, so that has to be 3 cost or higher. So yeah, that's understandable. I wanted to get this on really cheap units, but yeah, it makes sense. All right, the Chronomancy. So this is for spells, which is weird that they didn't specify it because they specify other ones. Well, at least for here, they specify units. All right, so for spells that are 2 cost or higher, Hero's Reward is landmark. So Hero's Reward Allies have 1/1. So this would be temporary as long as the landmark is on the board. That's, yeah, fine. Not really great. Sorcerer's Tower, this one is crazy. So round start, refill your spell mana. So that one, also landmarks, that makes sense. So you have a landmark on the board, it's just going to constantly refill your spell mana. They're really trying to buff up landmarks, it seems like, which I appreciate. I actually like landmarks. I think it can be a fun playstyle. Sorry, right here, Sorcerer's Tower. So yeah, round start, refill your spell mana. Getting that on a landmark that you could play early would be pretty good. And yeah, it doesn't specify what cost of landmarks, just that it is a landmark. All right, Wanderer's Blessings. This is a spell. Don't you love how we get all this information that like should be in the patch notes? We have to get it on the Reddit instead. That's just wonderful. Anyways, Wanderer's Blessing spells that cost 4 or less. So Wanderer's Blessing, when I'm summoned, plant... Wait. Oh, there's 2 Wanderer's Blessings. So it can be on a spell or on a unit. Or on a landmark. Weird. So here they specify that it's a unit. That seems... Oh my word. It's so dumb. So they specify that in the patch notes it's a unit, but apparently this can go on anything. So when I'm summoned, plant 6 chimes on random cards in your deck. Obviously very good for Bard, but will just be a solid item. That seems very dumb though. Oh man. Alright, Brainworm. The foe discards a random card. I really like this one. I love making the enemy discard. It's so much fun to just make them run out of cards. So this is pretty awesome. Let's see what this one goes on. So spells that are 2 or 4 cost. That's not too bad. So yeah, that's pretty good. Playing a 2 to 4 cost spell and also making the enemy discard a card. I think that's pretty good. All right, the Mist. When I'm summoned and round start, summon an Encroaching Mist. The Encroaching Mist, every time they're summoned, they grant all other Encroaching Mists like 1/1, so they just keep scaling up. It also scales up any Viegos you might have. So they give us any context for this. Landmarks. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine. They're putting a ton of stuff on landmarks. This is so much information. All this should have been in here. Like, this should have just been in the patch notes to tell us what this all is. That's really annoying. All right, Rallying Standard. So Rally, is that a landmark one? No, so this is spells. All right, 6 cost. Yeah, just having that on a spell where it's going to trigger. That's not too bad. Yeah, I hope they add Lysandra as actually a playable champion with all the landmarks. We need more landmark decks than just Talia. So yeah, this will be very good for especially like Lux because the 6 cost are higher. Heavy Hands, that's units, which obviously this would be pointless on a landmark. But double attack, this will be a crazy upgrade. Like, double attack is one of the strongest keywords in the game. It's the main reason why Diana is so crazy. So yeah, epic. Getting this on any of your units is going to be so good. Yeah, some of those items are probably going to end up on Lysandra's units. Alright, Home Turf. Summon one of me from your deck. Epic. And that is landmarks. So that could be pretty good if you had a really good landmark in your deck and you just want to summon it right at the start of the game. That could be very strong. There's a lot of landmark synergy or support in this patch. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, this, since it's an item, that means we can also get it on our units, including our champions. So getting double attack on any of your champions is going to be crazy, but any of your units in general, that's going to be amazing. I'm glad they're finally adding more ways to get double attack. That's going to be very good. All right, let's go over the powers that we have. So Haunting Hall, allies have Hallowed. That is going to be very good. It's good for Gwen, but most of your units already have Hallowed. So just honestly getting this on anyone will be good, especially decks that like to kill their own units. So any of the Shadow Isles, I think that will be really good. What relic do I like the best? Of the new relics, this one, the Spellweaver Symphony, I think is going to be the most fun. So this is the one I look forward to the most, but a lot of them are really good. Anyways, yeah, so down here, allies have Hallowed. This is going to be best for like Thresh, Gwen, Misfortune, all of your decks, Poro King, that you have a lot of units die. But overall, I think this is just going to be a really solid power. Do we know what the scissors do? No. It hasn't loaded in. I don't think anyone really knows. Unless we had a developer put it in Reddit somewhere. Yeah, the full build, you're supposed to get that from your first Acel win. Alright, Whoosh, game start, summon a Vestian Disciple. Yep, common, and really just seems fine, in my opinion. You're getting a elusive at the start of the game, and it will help some of your spell synergy. It can be potentially good for Master Yi, since you already have the Disciple in your deck. But I think it's just fine. This one down here, though, Armed to the Teeth, this is going to be insane. So allies with equipment or attachment have 2/2. This is going to be amazing for both Jax as well as Yuumi, because both of them want to have a decent amount of units on the board, have them all attached or equipped, and just put the pressure on early. So getting 2/2 at the very start of the game with your units is going to be insane. Yeah, Aatrox too. Aatrox will be good. Kayn will be decent. Aatrox will be better. And then, like, it'll be somewhat okay for, like, Varus and Ornn. But it won't matter as much for them. It's a lot better for the champions that are trying to have a bunch of units that all have equipped units at the very start of the game. So, yeah. Aatrox, Jax, and Yuumi will be the best with this. Yeah, Vayne. Vayne will kind of be in the middle, I think. She doesn't normally have as many equipped units as you have with, like, Jax, Aatrox, or potentially Yuumi. But yes, it will also be very good for Vayne as well. And then, yeah, slight upgrade for Ornn, a bit better for Kayn. But this is an awesome power. Converging timelines, the first time you play a follower each round, pick one of 3 followers with the same cost to transform it into. I think overall this sounds really annoying, but it could be really good for Nidalee. This is only going to affect followers, but yeah, for Nidalee, this could be really good as long as it triggers from your star powers. This will be very good for her. Other than Nidalee, it kind of just sounds annoying. Jax? Does Jax care about transforming? Or are you talking about over here? Yeah, this Arm to the Teeth is great for Jax. Converging timelines, great for Nidalee. Not really sure if it's good for anyone else. And Jax for timelines. His equipped units have bad stats. I guess for Jax, if his units make that equipment first and then get transformed, yeah, if that's how it's going to work, then yeah, that would be pretty good for Jax as well. If they're able to make their equipment first and then get transformed, then that would be, yeah, pretty good. Supply Stone. So when you play a landmark, reduce the cost of your next card. Next card you play this round. That is going to be very good, especially for obviously Talia. But since they're adding so much landmark stuff to this this patch, if you get this like halfway through a run where you already have some decent landmarks, then yeah, it could be pretty good for you. But obviously massive for, yeah, Talia. Yeah, a lot of these rare powers, they're going to be like really good in niche situations, and then not that good for a lot of other people. Phalanx, when you target an ally, give it barrier this round. So this will be really good for like LeBlanc, really good for Varus, Master Yi, Lee Sin. There's, yeah, anyone that just targets your own units consistently, this is going to be very good for you. Nami, yes. Nami will also be great. Garen, yeah, Garen could be pretty good because you target your own unit and then the single combat goes off, so your unit doesn't actually take damage. That's a good call. Yeah, very good for Garen as well. Yumu could be decent. Jack, yeah, it would probably work the same way for Jack. Yeah, if you get this with Shen as your support champion, it's going to be pretty good. My first attempt at Lysandra is going to be with Volibear. I have Volibear set up with triple epic relics. That's going to be the first person I go with. It also just works like kind of lore-wise, or just makes sense. All right, Survey Corps, game start, summon a Green Glade Lookout. All right, so that is this one. Reduce the cost of your most expensive unit hand by 1. So that is going to be good in general, but it's going to be very good for Lee Sin, because Lee Sin, he has this in his deck, and it has like a phage on it, I think. So it'll be good in general, very, very good for Lee Sin. Yeah, it's a 4/4 for Lee because of that phage. So another just solid unit to get on the board at the start of the game. Really, all of those powers that just give you units at game start, all of them are good. So being able to just get that at the start of the game, pretty solid. Yeah, there are a decent amount of things that are going to be good for Lee Sin. Have all the relics loaded? No, I think there's still the scissors that, like, we'll try to refresh, but yeah, the spectral scissors, we still don't know what these are supposed to do. Obviously something with Hallowed, because there's an equipment that's also called spectral scissors. That's like when a unit gains power from Hallowed, so does the unit that's equipped. So some Hallowed synergy. Or Drain, maybe? All right, so which of these relics are you guys most excited for? For me, I'm the most excited for Spellweaver's Symphony. I think that one's going to be the most fun. But honestly, all of these epic relics do seem pretty interesting. Secret Technique, yeah, I figured. A lot of people are going to really like that one. You're most excited for the Hallowed one, even though we don't know what it is. That's funny. The full build, I'm happy we're getting this for free. Strength of Stone, it's kind of boring, but I think it could be really fun on some people, especially for the monthlies where you already are going to have Formidable. Throwing this on like Kane or something like that, where you're getting the extra bonuses and you already have to deal with Formidable anyways. Like that, It's not as flashy as some of the other ones, but I still think it's a solid addition to the game. Yeah, Galio incoming, I hope so. Galio was one of my favorite champions in League. Hello, Mr. Robot. You don't get how a random cheap spell every other turn is powerful enough for an epic relic. Well, for one, it's every time you gain the attack token, so you can cheese that so you get it at least once around. But then with some champions, you can have rallies. Like if you had this on Lux, you could have this trigger a whole bunch of times. Also, if you go attack with Scout, you could get this to trigger twice in a single round as well. So you're not getting it once every other round. That's just the bare minimum. You can get this way more often than once a round. Also, this is going to be really good for some champions that need extra cards. So like for Janna, having a 0-cost card, that is going to be amazing. For Lee Sin, having another 0-cost card for you to play, also really good. And then it'll also be solid for like Nami as well. So there's a lot of champions that are really going to like this. For Neela, it's fleeting, so you get it to go off twice. Like, not only is this a good effect that's good for everyone, but it's also going to really synergize with a lot of different champions. So that's why I like it. It's both very broad in how it's just going to be a fun random card you get to play all the time, but also you're just going to get such good synergy from this on a lot of champions. And yeah, it's a power, so this is happening all the time. You don't just need your champion to be on the board. So full build, this is one you get, at least from what a writer said on Reddit, you get this the first time you defeat Acel. So you don't have to buy it. As long as you can defeat Acel, you get this epic relic. So that is pretty awesome. It's not retroactive. You're still going to have to go defeat him once the patch drops. Right, so just go grab one of your OP champions, quickly go through, defeat Acel, and you'll get this epic relic, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, if you already beat it, you have to go beat it again. No, not retroactively. A bit of a controversial take, people hating on the Nora relic. Like if they remove the Nora part, Starforge Gauntlets 2.0. Yeah, like I think it's kind of funny that they added this part, so it's just for Nora. Because yeah, they don't want us abusing this on other people. But I don't really... Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like it's kind of lame that the relic is specifically just good for Nora. But at the same time, this is the epic relic you're buying with the Nora bundle, so it's not really that big of a deal for me. Can you show us some builds for Lissandra? Sure. I'm not going to be streaming my first run. I'm obviously going to record it, edit it, and put it on YouTube later. So no, but you will obviously be seeing my first run. So I'm just signing into my account, and I can show you guys some of the builds I plan on running. Yeah, they didn't like, I'm guessing, they didn't like how much we tried to abuse Starforge Gauntlets and getting everyone to trigger it by everyone hitting that Titanic. They probably didn't like that, and so they're trying to just really narrow the scope of it. All right, so here is... All right, so here's my main account. I've been trying to play and level up my other account a little bit. So my first person I'm going to play is Volibear. We'll run Starforged Gauntlets, Disciple, and then potentially Found Fortune or Oath of the Guardians. One of these two. And that is going to be my first build I go into the adventure with. I think Volibear is going to be pretty good. Not necessarily the best. They posted the star powers in the Reddit. Alright, one moment. I'll go look for that. Oh, there is the star powers. All right, so I'll go ahead and cover this. I normally don't cover things that are like technically leaks, but at the same time, it's coming out in like 3 hours. So yeah, so just so you know, this is technically leaked content. It might be inaccurate. So just so you know, you've been warned. Okay, so here we have 3 sugars, 6 sugars, and found friends. So when you summon a created ally, grant it 1/1. With Nora, you're trying to make all those portals. So all the units you're summoning are going to be created. It just makes your units coming out of the portals a bit better. The second one, when you summon a created ally, grant it 3/1. So again, your summoned units are just a bit better. And then your 2-star +1 starting mana, game start. When you play a card with a base cost of 4 or more, plant a mysterious portal in the top 4 cards of your deck. So this is going to be really good for getting the extra starting mana that you get from the epic relic. Because if you can start with like 3 mana, then the next round you can start playing 4 or higher cost cards and just start planting those mysterious portals. So again, this is technically a leak. It could be inaccurate, so don't take this with 100% accuracy. However, it's coming out in a couple hours. This is probably accurate, but just take this all with a grain of salt. Could be wrong, but I'm guessing it's probably accurate. Base cost. Good call. Good call. Morgan. I'm gonna go with Morgan. Good call. Also, yeah, all the people saying base cost. So that means if it's a card that is cost reduced, then that's gonna be very strong. So if you can get like, imagine getting Porofluff. Getting Porofluff on one of your cards that's higher than 4 cost and playing that round 1, you're immediately planting mysterious portals. This is going to be very big for your like deck building while you're going through the adventure. If you can get any cheap cards you can play round 1, that's going to be big because you can then immediately start planting those mysterious portals. Yep, the power created allies have 2/2. That's like the... Oh, I forget the name. It has like Lulu on the item or on the cover. But yeah, that one, if you can get that for Nora, that's going to be big. So yeah, that will be... This could be really strong because Nora's a champ you could play round 1. You already have a epic relic tailor-made for her that you can try to get +1 starting mana. So you can start off with 3 mana. And then as long as you get a 4 cost card reduced down, like you can start planting portals immediately. Yeah, her deck, I was thinking that as well. her deck's probably going to have a 4-cost card that gets some cost reduction on it from her level ups. So that could be pretty good. Do summon powers make created cards? Yes. Or, well, some of them will, yeah. The ones that are like you summon a 2-cost at the start of the game, like you summon the 2 blockers that are like 1/4, I don't know if those would count as created cards. This is the last update before the big change. I mean, this update already is going to be a big change. We're adding Lysandra. There's going to be a ton of stuff. Condensed to create more portals. That's a good call. That's a really good call. So over here, we have condense, support, create a 1-cost 1/1 copy of my supported ally in hand. You put this on Nora, and then you support a 4-cost unit, so you can then play them again. That would be really good. So yeah, condense for Nora, very strong relic. Are there any other powers here that seem like they'd be really good for her? Yeah, that condense, that's going to be very strong. This relic plus supporting Leandros. Yeah, if you could get him on the board, that would be pretty good. Hey, Tom. Awesome. Welcome. Something like that. Yeah, one of the first. All right, let's go look at... Let's see here. Bam. All right, so Volibear, going to be like the first person I play. And build something like this. And then the next person I'm going to play is probably Elder Dragon. Again, I don't know if I'll probably get rid of Portal Pals. And yeah, do like Oath or Found Fortune. I don't know, I might do Portal Pals is probably fine. But yeah, for Elder Dragon, this is who I'm going to go next. I think he'll be great for Lysandra, because you just play these giant units, and then you don't have to, like, you're not spammy. You just got home. Can I get a quick explanation of the new update? Bunch of new relics, bunch of new powers, a lot of landmark synergy. They're really trying to push landmarks. You can get double attack now. Nora's getting added to the game. You're gonna play Lysandra, or not Lysandra. You're gonna play Morgana into Lysandra. That's gonna be very, very slow. Yeah, if Lysandra had double attack on Thralls, that'd be terrible. Condense is gonna be one that's a bit inconsistent, but can be really good in some circumstances. Oh. Thank you. Hopefully that sneeze wasn't too loud for stream, but yeah, that was... Felt that coming. So I think the big beefy champions like Elder Dragon, Volibear, and Aurelion Sol are going to be some of the best. I also think that Mordekaiser is going to be pretty good, because Mordekaiser, once you have him leveled up and you start just draining units from the enemy nexus, I think that is going to be pretty big, because I think Lysandra is going to be a lot slower of a deck, or it's not going to punish you for being slower. Where did I find all the info on Lysandra? There was different screenshots that Riot put out from different events. look to see if I can find them actually. Actually, maybe not, wasn't Runeterra. It might have been Runeterra Report. A dev posted on Twitter. Yeah, there's been a lot of different stuff just on like Twitter that different stuff here or there. Trying to see if I can find the random screenshots that I've gotten my information from. All right, I am not seeing it, but it's just been a lot of screenshots from different stuff posted by Riot. Can you buy the Nora bundle right now? That should be once it comes out, once the patch drops. And the patch drops in a couple hours, like 3-ish hours. Consuming Wrath 4+ and can't block is a terrible item. It's going to be a very good item in certain situations. No, you're not going to want it on a unit that you want to block with, but getting that on some of the decks you want to be super aggressive on, and you're already not really taking blocks, like Darius, that's going to be amazing. Because let's actually just go take a look at Darius right now. So Darius, you have your star powers. Each round, the first time you attack with 15 or more total power, you rally. Now, having one item on your unit that gives you 4 power, it's giving you almost a third of what you need to trigger the star power. And that's just from an item. So for Darius, if you see that item, you're probably going to want to grab it. It's going to be very good for you. Also, for some people that want to be very aggressive, like Diana, could be really good there as well. So there's going to be some decks where that is definitely worth the trade-off. I mean, it's the similar trade-off with the like Radiant Plate Armor where you get 3/3, but it costs 1 more. Like having 1+1 cost is terrible, but for some situations, it's going to be worth it. Jovan, you can post the link if you want. I'm not gonna ban you unless it's something that's not the link you're trying to say. Like if you post something that is bad, then yes, but if it's just okay, yeah, one moment. All right, I think wait, I have to switch. Okay, here we go. So here is what they posted. And as you see right in here, gotta get my mouse over, completed 1 out of 15. So this is one of the screenshots that I saw. This was from a Riot official conference or whatever for their bigger Twitch streamers and whatnot. I did not get an invite. Very insulted. Anyways, it says completed 1 out of 15. So it's going to be 15 rewards. Do you know if the rewards are dupe protected? If they're higher than gold quality, then they should be, yes. But if they're not higher than gold quality, then no. I would assume that all the stuff you're going to get here is going to be mostly gold stuff, but there's probably a couple in there that are region specific. Like we see some that aren't necessarily, but I would be surprised if you didn't have to beat her with one of every region at least once. I hope they add Stardust rewards too, or 1 or 2 epic reliquaries. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, in that screenshot, it kind of looked like a silver reliquary. We'll probably get reliquaries. We'll probably get vaults. Maybe we'll get a golden reliquary as the final reward. Now, if you're someone like me, that you have your account just like totally maxed, I would actually hold off on doing the rewards. So for me, I'm maxed out on everything. And once Nora drops, I'm immediately going to be able to max her out as well. So for me, all of my duplicates, they're not actually going to go towards champions. They're just going to get converted into like Stardust. And while Stardust isn't bad, having more champion fragments is kind of better. And we know that they're adding like 6-star champions to the game. So I think it'd probably be smarter to be able to wait until they add like the constellations that they say they're adding soon. Right, so what I would recommend is not holding off completely, just trying not to clear it and get all of the rewards. What they said in their briefing was that it's going to come shortly after the new adventure. So yes, that still could be a couple months, but hopefully it's next month. We'll have to see. But I would just say probably don't try if you have a maxed out account. That's the major caveat here. If you have a maxed out account, don't try to rush through and claim all 15 adventures or all 15 rewards, because you'll probably get better rewards if you wait a little bit. I mean, yeah, if it's just worth it to you to beat her right away, go for it. But if you're someone that like you care more about min-maxing and you're wanting to get the most rewards possible, then you might want to wait. With the hindsight of a maxed out account behind you, what do you hope gets changed in the progression system for the game so it can attract and keep new players? I don't really have the greatest answer for that yet, but I have just started leveling up a new account. And so I'll probably have a very good answer for that in a little while, because I'm just starting like resetting the progression system. But back in my day, grinding out champion levels was absolutely awful. But now they've added those pearls. Where are they? I think they're common. Yeah, so they added the cosmic pearls, so you can win an adventure and get 5 times the normal XP, or 10 times if you still have the greater ones that I do. I saw something about them trying to move away from the pearls. I'm hoping that that means if they're getting rid of the pearls, or if they are trying to nerf them, that they're going to make the leveling up a little bit easier, because grinding out all of these levels was pretty rough. That was one thing that was pretty bad. For me now, leveling up a champion, it takes like 2 adventures. I do 1 adventure with a singular pearl on like a 2-star adventure. That gets them high enough to then go and clear Asol with either 2 pearls or a greater pearl. And then when I beat Asol, I level up to 30. So I can hit 30 in 2 matches. They changed the reward from now on to a new pearl. Right, I think that's a new thing we're getting with Nora. Does anyone know what that actually does? They changed +1 starting mana to 1/1 stats. Okay. But it's still the same effect of helping you level up, right? Still an XP boost, just changed to 1/1. Okay, so it's still going to help you level up, And that's the main issue that I have with the progression system, is leveling up your champions can be a pain, especially with some of the champions like Nora and, well, actually everyone from Bandle City. All of the champions from Bandle City suck at low levels. They're just terrible to play, and that's why so many people hate them, especially like Nora, because they suck at low levels. But they're all really good, or just way better, at higher levels. You can't actually see Nora because my face is in the way. So for some champions like that they're a real pain to level up, those pearls are amazing. There's some other champions like Jax where he's just amazing the entire time, so leveling him up is not an issue. So keeping the pearls, keeping the way that you can kind of boost up your leveling process is very good. Them nerfing it to just be a 1-1, I understand, because the pearls are kind of ridiculously powerful, getting that +1 starting mana, especially if you stack them. 4 fragments a day is brutal. Yeah, 4 fragments a day isn't great. And for me, the fact that wild fragments don't get converted into Stardust, so when I finish the reward, all I get is 1,000 XP for my legend level. I don't get anything else. That feels really, really bad. I hate leveling in general because it's kind of boring after level 15 since there aren't a variety of adventures. Yes, I would say though, even though it'd be less efficient, try to actually, oh, that's the wrong button. Try to actually go through and play some of the lower level adventures, because one thing I've actually seen on my low level account is I'm playing these adventures that I haven't played at this point for like months or over a year. And so it's actually a lot of fun because it's like, oh, I had no idea that this person could do that. I don't know what spells they have. I don't know. I'm seeing powers that I've never seen before, and I'm kind of learning more about the game by going through and playing all of the adventures, not just like the ones I normally do to level up fast. So it would make your progress a little bit slower, but trying to go through and clear every adventure with a champion would probably make it more enjoyable. You just clear them all because you don't want the adventure text on the screen. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, the Z one is pretty good. Oh, also, one thing I am planning on doing is for the monthly challenges. I am probably going to stream the monthlies every single day at 9 o'clock. So the same time I always do. I'm going to be streaming for like an hour, 2 hours, and we'll just be going through the monthlies every single day. So if you want to see me clear the monthlies, I'll be doing that once it goes live. That's the plan at the moment anyways. Yeah, people were definitely abusing the pearls and just stacking them all and then not actually completing. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be doing all of the monthly challenges. We'll be streaming them and still trying to get another video out of the way. So we'll just try to get 10 done a day. So for like a week straight, I'm just going to be streaming. So that's going to be new. We'll see how that goes. It might be a little too tedious and annoying, so we'll have to see, but it could also just be a really fun experience. So if you want to see the monthlies every day, the same time I'm streaming, so for me it's 9 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be a different time for you. Yeah, 7 p.m. for you there. But just every day I'll be streaming. If you want to see the monthlies, and I'm not going to do it like some streamers or people like to just sit down and do them all at a single time. That's really tedious and annoying. I did it once and it was awful. That was the least fun I ever had in monthlies, is when I did them all in a single day. So not going to be doing that. Just trying to hopefully get 10 done in a day. while I'm going through, we can talk about it. We can be like, hey, what do you guys think for this champion, for this challenge? Is there anything I'm missing? So that will be happening starting on like Friday, which I think is the first day. And then those replays or whatever, I'll be uploading probably to a second YouTube channel. I'm gonna have a second YouTube channel that's just for the streams, just if people want to watch them. So that will probably be the plan going forward. Yeah, you did 15 a day and you got so bored the next month you can only play 10. Yeah, I did them all in one day and it was just not fun. It was like, it made it just less enjoyable for me. Some people like sitting down and doing them all at once. That's not really the point though. That's not how I like it. Did they update the patch notes? I will refresh the patch notes. Where is that? No. The scissors are still not updated. So yeah, the first day we might get more than 10 done. So like if we blow through them, then maybe we'll get the first 20 done in the first day. But it's going to be trying to get at least 10 done. I don't really know when I'm going to get partnered with Twitch. I'm trying to stream more for fun, and YouTube is more of my focus for like trying to focus on like revenue or partnerships or subscribers and that sort of thing. So it'll be nice when I get partnered and people can subscribe if they want on Twitch, but yeah, we'll see. That the images got fixed. Yeah, we covered the images, or we covered all of the stuff. I mean, yeah, if Manscaped wanted to sponsor me, that would be fine. Actually, there's beard products that I do use that I'm probably going to reach out to and be like, hey, you should sponsor me. All right, that's going to be it from me, though. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so if you didn't see all of it, it'll be on YouTube in a couple hours. And then also, I will be going with Volibear and clearing Lysandra day 1, or at least getting as far as I can. Who knows if I'll clear it or not. Dan says it's very, very difficult, so that'll be fun. But that video, I'm going to try to get that video out later today, so look forward to that. And then look forward to streaming the monthly challenges if you're interested in that. I plan on trying to stream every single day until I get them done. At the same time, every day. So tune in. Thank you to anyone that did follow. I don't have notifications turned on yet. I need to figure all that out. So if you did follow, and if you want to like get the streams, you can hit the follow button, I think. Anyways, it's been fun hanging out with you all. You'll see plenty of me in the next couple days. I hope you all have a great day.